Hello friends, welcome to Code Semantic and welcome to the video tutorial of Entity Framework 6. We are studying Fluent API in Code First approach. So this video is about how to turn off cascade delete in Fluent API. So before switching to this part directly, first of all we will understand what is cascade delete. So let us see it. So if cascade delete is on, so it will allows the deletion of a row to trigger the deletion of related rows automatically. Let us understand the meaning of this statement. Now let us understand it by example. So as you can see here there are two tables or two entities. One is department and another is employee. Okay, and there is one-to-many relationship exists between these two tables. That means one department has many employee. Okay, so as you can see here, your department ID is going to act as a foreign key in my employee table. Okay, now department is kind of a master table, whereas employee is a child table. Now just assume that your cascade delete option is on and you are going to delete any particular department. Okay, so when you delete any particular department, all the employee records of that particular department also get deleted. That is the meaning of cascade delete. Means when you delete a master entry, all the respective entries in child table also get deleted. Okay, so this is nothing but what? Cascade delete. Now let us observe the entity framework behavior in case of cascade delete. So how entity framework behaves in cascade delete. So by default, what entity framework does? It will delete a child records automatically when its parent is explicitly deleted via DB context. So remember this thing. By default, cascade delete option is on in entity framework. So how we can set it to off? Definitely with the help of Fluent API, you can set the cascade delete option off. And the Fluent API is the only option to turn off the cascade delete with the help of other two methods that we studied earlier. One is convention, okay, and another one is data annotation. Okay, with the help of these two options we cannot set the cascade delete off, or we cannot turn off the cascade delete. With the help of Fluent API only we can turn off the cascade delete. Now how we have to set this cascade delete option off? Using Fluent API you can use this will cascade on delete method, and to this method we have to pass the value false. By default it is true. When you want to off it, in that case what you have to do? You have to use this will cascade on delete method, and to this method you have to pass the false argument. Okay, so let us implement this concept practically in Visual Studio. So as you can see here, I am using the same console application that we have used while studying the Fluent API. Okay, and even you are familiar with the code also, because while studying the relationship concept or configuring the relationship in Fluent API, at that time we already studied this part. So just we have to make few changes. So again, you are going to use a DB context class that you have created. Okay, and in on model creating method you have to define this. So as you can see here, there is one-to-many relationship defined between department and employee, and while defining this relationship only you have to define whether you want to turn off the cascade delete on or off. If you do not mention anything, at that time default behavior is cascade delete will on. Okay, but to explicitly set it to off, we have to give call to this method, that is will cascade on delete, and then after you have to pass the argument false. Okay, now what it means, if I am going to delete any record from department table and if that department ID is referenced in employee table, in that case it will not allows you to delete a department table record. You have to delete the respective employee table record which are referencing to that department ID, then only you can delete the department record. Now as you can see, we initially this option is off. Okay, initially this option is what? Off. So what we will do, we will first of all understand the default behavior. Let me show it in practically, and then after we will turn off the cascade delete, and then again we will see the same behavior. So let us switch to SQL Server. So this is our Fluent API DB that we created in a last video, and these two are our tables. So the part DEPT is a table and another one is employees table. So these are the entries in department table and these are the entries in employee table. So as you can see here, there are two employees working in a development department, that is first department, and two employees, Nick and Nisha, they both are working in a testing department. Okay, so with the help of this ID you can identify or find it in which department your employee is working. Now just assume that if I'll delete this second department, and initially cascade delete is what, on. Okay, so all the employees belonging to this second department also get deleted. Okay, so let us check this. I'm going to fire the delete query. Delete from department where department ID is equal to 2. Okay, so let us execute this query only. Now it shows that one row is affected. Now let me put a comment to this statement and let us execute these two queries again. See what happened. The second department get deleted and the records in employee table which are referencing to the second department also get deleted. So this is default behavior of cascade delete. Okay, means when it is on, what it does, you just saw it. Okay, now what we will do, we will now turn off the cascade delete and we will again observe the output. So let us switch to Visual Studio. So as I told you, what we have to do while defining this relationship only, we have to give call to this will cascade on delete method and we have to pass this false argument. That's it. So this will turn off the cascade delete option. Okay, now what I'm going to do, actually I'm going to delete that Fluent API DB. Okay, and again I'm going to run this application. So this will create totally a new DB. Again, why I'm doing this, because we didn't study the concept of code first migration. So since we didn't study, I'm not going to show you that migration commands. So the better approach is, I'll first of all delete my database. Okay, the new database will get created and that database will have this cascade delete option turn off for department table. Okay, so once we studied the code first migration, in that case definitely this is not necessary. So after completing this, definitely after few videos I'm going to include that part also of code first migration. So let us run the application and recreate our database. Okay, so I'm pressing Ctrl F5. So our database is also get created. Now let us place few entries in database for department and employee table, and again we will try to delete some record from department table, and we are going to see how it is going to affect the records in employee table. So as you can see here, our database is created, that is Fluent API DB. I have put some entries in both the tables, that is DEPT, that is nothing but a department and employees. So as you can see here, there are few entries available in department and employees table. Now what we are going to do, we are trying to delete department 2, and as you can see here, there are already two rows in employee table which are referencing this second department, and we know that there is relationship exists between department and employee. So let us try to delete it and let's see the output. So I'm pressing this execute button. See, now it shows an error. What is that error? The delete statement conflicted with the reference constraint, whatever is the foreign key name. The conflict occurred in database. It is showing the database name and the table name and the column name. So basically, what is it trying to say? If there is some record exists in the child table referencing to the master table, you cannot delete that particular record. Since this second department is already referenced in this employee child table, it means it already contains some records referencing to the second department. You can't delete this particular row. First of all, you have to delete all the records referencing to this second department. Means I have to delete this employee ID 103 and 104. Then only I can delete this department record. So whenever you have this kind of restriction, you do not want to allow to delete the child records directly. In that case, you have to turn off the cascade delete. But in some cases, if your master entry get deleted, you want the respective child entries to be deleted. In that case, keep the cascade delete option on. So I hope you enjoy this video, and if you have any doubts, you can definitely write it to me in a comment section. Thank you for watching.